Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of All Suck At Starcraft. My name is Killjoy, and let's hop into another replay. Okay, here I am. No, I'm wrong. This is Mark is at the top here, on the very highest point of the map, and I am at the very lowest point of the map, as we're on opposite sides. Just to give you some kind of idea, let me just show you the map on this one. I'm going to turn this back to Shroud because it's easier to watch the game. But you can see we're starting the corners. We have an expansion there, expansion all the way down each side, basically all around, and then there's these ones in the middle with the extra gas on each one, I believe. I'm going to turn this off just because it's a bit easier to watch the game in terms of there's a lot on the map. It's hard to see with the colours that we are. But Mr. Mark here at the top and myself down here now, because the map is so big, you get to see one, a longer game, and two, a very difference in builds, which is nice. So there goes my guy to chuck down a barrack straight away. Haven't even scouted like anything at this point. You're going to see Mr. Mark do the same sort of thing, go for a barracks straight away, or fairly straight away, and you know, the starts of this game look fairly similar. That's the barracks I'm currently building. It's almost halfway done, and it does a little dance before he does anything else, and then finally builds a barracks. So he's about 30 seconds behind there with his barracks, but it's not going to make a huge difference in this game, as you're going to see. And that's about it in terms of the builds being the same, because you're going to see big divergence in what I do versus what Mark's going to do. I'm just going to speed it up a little bit. Oh, where's this guy going? No. Probably going to build a supply depot. He is, yes. We've got a supply depot behind him there. I'm just going to speed up a little bit just so we can start to see some more interesting stuff. This Marine's going to go out and scout for me because I'm trying to find where he is. I looked at the map before we started. I realised it's, you know, pretty much all the corners. I need to be able to see that. Then getting a refinery fairly quickly early on and not building another dude here. Seeing double supply, and Mark going for a second barracks, which is the smart thing to do if you want to get a fairly big army. But I'm feeling pretty confident and a little bit cocky, I think, playing this game. Nope. Just have a little type there. Hello. Just scouting with this Marine, trying to find out where his base is. Obviously, I don't know where he is. He's going to be in one of 4 places. There's his second barracks getting done. He's getting his refinery there, and still not a lot going on in my base. Just trying to get some gas. You probably figured out that I'm looking at building some later game tech. That's my plan. So just getting a few Marines out now. If Mark had actually attacked me right now, like just to do some harassment, he would have done a fairly good job. By the time we would have got here, I probably would have had a couple more Marines, but I obviously have no idea. Now I've scouted down here, I don't see a base. I then go up over here to have a look. It's got a few Marines dotted about. He's getting his academy. There it is. There's my factory. So for me, this game, it was all about, you know, we're further away. I can probably, you know, get away with getting a bit of later tech, play a different game. You know, it's easy to go fair on a small map, get a lot of Marines, and off you go. But let's try something different. Off my little dude goes. I see a Marine out for Mr. Mark, trying to find my base. I'm a little waddle around. Don't know if he ever finds it. Find nothing there. Looking, I think I do find that guy in the end and end up murdering him. But the factory's almost done. You see the academy coming down for me there as well. And Mark just churning out those Marines, man. Like, if he knew where I was right now, I think he would have had a fairly good chance of just beating me then and there, because of my kind of greedy play in terms of not playing defensive enough and just going straight for this. Not even getting anything out of the factory yet. Just bump. No, go on, give me that add-on. See an engineering bay yet? No. Just building those Marines. Going to see some more supply depots that come down. Ooh, my little dude got into the base. Just having a little scout. Going, oh, this is all very nice. Run away. Eventually going to get shot and murdered. Mark, not sure he's found me yet. Not quite. This guy is just out on the map trying to find me. And you're going to start seeing some vultures come out, because now I know where he is. I'm like, oh, that'd be fun. And then I built the starport, which is cool, which my original plan was to do some drops. But the starport was kind of wasted. I don't think I really used it at all, except for maybe a Wraith. There goes my vulture. Just going to pop a few of these out and then go off and attack him again. Look at this. If only this little guy here had found my base, he would have bumped into this. And if that was me, if I bumped into that one Marine, I probably would send the rest of my army down there. Because if he... What's he getting at the moment? He's getting increased range. We've got that or stim. And they're headed on down to my base to do a fairly good job. Look, still hasn't found anything. Hasn't been up here either. Still looking for me. Couple vultures now. Also getting the speed upgrade because that's always good. Whacking on the control tower onto my starport. And I mean, I'm playing a very lazy game in terms of defense and units. Like I've got like one back. This is a terrible build. Like this comes out, but not as quick as it could have been. I don't really know how to tech up to factory that fast. But with this army, you know, like a Marine has 40 health, 2 shots from a cannon, vulture, sorry, will kill one. But we're probably going to see that Mr. Mark is now getting some engineering bays. He's still got a fairly decent army, you know, so that's the biggest thing. And still hasn't found me. Getting close though. Maybe he just leaves this Marine here. You're going to just sit there, Mr. Marine? He is. Right, so you're going to see another vulture pop out. Getting the Spider-Man upgrade now. Got the speed upgrade. Got a few more Marines just to defend with. There he is. He's getting +1, which is a great idea. Always good to get those. Still no stim or anything with the medic yet. Now building a bunker. Now I can understand why he probably built a bunker because he hasn't seen me attack in a while. But I do feel like it's a shame he built one of these. I think it was like a waste of minerals. He could have just used that for more Marines and started to tech up to factory. Because obviously he's not got no factory yet, and I've already got a starport and a factory. There is a dropship. I forgot I even built one. Oh, I remember what I used the dropship for. So I do got to drop him with the vultures. And you're going to see some very funky AI pathing that happens. Now, I don't know how he knew that I was going to do this, because he builds a turret here. He's building a turret there currently. But he builds one here, and it's a shit. I mean, fair play to him, like, it's a good place to build one, because it's a good place to drop someone. Here comes the ship. Oh, maybe he drops it down after I've dropped him. Oh, no. And there goes the turret. So by the time I've got there, I have a feeling this is built. Come on, Mr. Dropship. Now started cranking out the tanks as well. Nothing else at the moment, but going for this drop. Yeah, unfortunately I should have just been on top of that before that was built, but I get the vultures out before the dropship dies. And then I leave. No, it dies. He's attacking me with his SCV. Now, small problem. As you can see, the pathing for my vultures went a bit weird there, and that completely screwed up that attack for me, which is a right old shame because I could have done some serious damage. And instead I didn't do any damage. All I did was set his turret on fire. Everything else died. Which is a real shame, but I got to see what army he had, how everything else was set up. So, during that time he's got a factory, he's got this, he now repairs his turret. He's got +1 almost. He's going to be starting on the armor upgrades fairly soon. And I've got myself a tank. I've now got siege, obviously. And I think when I've got another tank, I don't know where this guy's going. Oh, he's going off to build a base. So I'm now finally expanding. So I'm like, oh, I probably need to expand that. There we go. That's going to land now, so we can get the machine shop out and start getting the upgrade for tanks and siege, because this is a good place to defend. We'll put a tank there, highly defendable. So I've got a few dudes. I don't have a huge army. I've seen his army. I'm like, oh, okay, let's just go and attack, see what happens. This guy, oh, he could have done so much for Mark this game. He's moved him obviously, but he's just stood there for most of it. Other than that, just finally getting a second barracks, popping out more tanks. I do eventually get a Wraith from there, as you're going to see. Not sure if I get Cloak though. Moving up here, now this is quite a good place to siege up, because obviously tanks have a fairly big range in this game. Sieging up in this area just allows me to fire on stuff. And at this point he doesn't have any tanks. And if he'd attacked with all of this at once, rather than letting this happen, because he goes, oh look, I'm being shelled. I just killed one of your dudes. Hit for 70. And these Marines are obviously going to be able to defend this, so by the time there's like bang bang, there goes two Marines, there goes your army, and this is a funny little engagement. Mercilessly killing them all. Pulling my dudes back because they're going to get shot. I don't know what happened to that Marine of his that was down here. I should have watched that one. He's killed off most of my army in terms of Marines, but I got 3 tanks, which now he's got +1 as well. So they're definitely better than my Marines. They're much more scary. Another tank coming up. Not building a few extra Marines, getting a Wraith at some point. Didn't even use this. But yeah, just shelling his base now, taking out that SCV. And really that's because a tank pops out, I believe. Yeah, these guys die. I just sort of sit there waiting. Nothing else is coming. He's just building up his army again, which is a sensible thing to do before he moves out. Because what Mark wants to do in this circumstance is catch my siege tanks as they're transforming and moving. That's the worst thing as a Terran player. You don't want your siege tanks to... There you go, there's a tank. There was a tank. Bang. A couple of these guys just firing. They do a fair amount of damage. They do 70 sieged up and 30 when they're not. And now I'm just shelling his factory. Just only couple Marines left as well, which ain't great. Don't know if I got the range upgrade. Another one. There you go. There's the Wraith finally popping out. Got the other barracks down. And that's pretty much it, because at this point he has no army units left. There goes his factory. And these 3 Marines, well, I don't think they're going to last overly long. And bye-bye. Taking out the machine shop there. I've got a couple more Marines still on the way out, but it's hard to deal with that when you've got a bunch of siege tanks outside your base and you've kind of leapfrogged them. You know, there goes his factory. He was only going to lose this next, and then it would have been on to taking this out, and where do you go from there? So yeah, fun game, that one. It obviously makes a difference from the shorter games we've been having, which because we played on a bigger map. And you can see obviously me trying to be cheeky with the vulture build and that, but which is unfortunate because the AI pathing screwed me up. But anyway, if you enjoyed that game, feel free to give us a like or a subscribe. That always helps us out greatly. Or feel free to comment in the comment boxes below and just tell us what you think of these, tell us what you think of our play. And as always, thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.